Good afternoon. This is Tina Butler coming to you live from the new museum in Berlin, Germany. I'm here today to talk to you about a new finding in the Archaeology Society that has to do with Jesus Christ. Now, some people are not familiar with Jesus Christ and some are, so let me give you a little backstory on this. So there's been quest over time of first quest, second quest, and third quest to either debunk or verify that Jesus Christ did exist, and if he did exist, who he was. So this is part of the third quest, which is the most modern quest, to look back in history at historical Jesus to find out the truth. And we can do that by artifacts. Now, some people, they want to maybe go with maybe the nativity scene or John the Baptizer about these stories, but some people want rock hard evidence. So this new piece of paper, it's called a papyrus, was found in a local museum in Hamburg. It was Hamburg, Germany. And so it was in a box with other artifacts, and they just took it as children's writing and scribbling, and so they put it over to the side. So this summer, two new scientists discovered this box, and now with newer technology, they were able to bring to life what it actually said. It was written in Greek, and it seems to be a child's writing, maybe repetitive sentences that they were taught when they were younger, but it's a story about the life of Jesus when he was a child and one of the things that he did. And what it goes on to say is that when he was younger, that he would sit on the bank. There was this day that he sat on the bank and made little birds from the mud, and they were clay birds. And when he would clap his hands, they would become alive. And so his father, Joseph, came out to the creek side where he was and got onto him because it was on the Sabbath. But the story goes to say that Jesus went on clapping and all the birds came to life. So this fragment of paper that they found comes from the 4th and 5th century, and this makes it the earliest discovery of this text from the infancy Gospel of Thomas, and the earliest copy of Gospel about the childhood of Jesus. Now, this has rocked the scientific world and excited them at the same time. This discovery gave them all new energy to authenticate it and share it with the public. This manuscript tells the story of Jesus that maybe people have never heard of. There are some people that had heard of it because it was written on other artifacts that have been found, but this is the oldest by far, since it was the 4th and 5th century. And I'm going to take you around here and show it to you in just a second, because they have it in a glass vase over here, so you can't touch it, a glass container. If you're not familiar with the Gospel of Thomas, let me give you the backstory on that. So back in the 1600s, there was a group of people that came together to decide what would go into the Bible and what would not. And they would come up with the decisions on their own of what was inspired by God. And these were man-made decisions. So no one agreed that the Gospel of Thomas was inspired by the breath of God. So they left it out. And so many people have read it since then, but it was just decided by a group of men. And so this might help by discovering this and showing that it's been done in several different areas, that they found the same tracks but written by different people. It might help convince people that Jesus is real and indeed the Son of God and had supernatural powers, and from generations to come, and in the Society of Science as well. I'm going to take you around here and we're going to go look at it right now. It's behind this glass case, and you're not allowed to touch it or take pictures of it. So we're just going to video it. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see it. There it is right there. If I can zoom in on that or not, you can kind of see it looks like child's writing, but it is written in Greek. So in ending, the question for the viewers should be, does this fact that more proof was found, does it prove Jesus did perform supernatural acts and help convince you that he was real then and is real now? The scientist who discovered this says that it is just more proof in the man they call Jesus and what he did while he was on earth, and that he was actually working with the supernatural and indeed God in the flesh. This is Tina Butler signing out from Berlin, the Berlin Museum in Germany.